Sissinghurst and Great Dixter in southeast England were the homes of Vita Sackville-West and Christopher Lloyd, who were influential garden designers of the mid and late 20th century. Vita Sackville-West was born in 1892 and became a successful poet and garden designer. She married Harold Nicholson in 1913, and theirs was an open marriage. Both had affairs with men and women, and the author Virginia Woolf was one of her lovers. Harold and Zita bought Sissinghurst Castle in Kent in 1930. It was an Elizabethan ruin, and they would spend the next decades creating the gardens and making a home for themselves and their family. Zita experimented with the idea of garden rooms, which was a way of dividing a large garden into smaller enclosures. She made the white garden, rose garden, orchard and cottage gardens in this way. She was not a trained horticulturalist or designer, but was self-taught, and in 1947 she had a weekly column called In Your Garden in the Observer newspaper. In 1948 she became a founder member of the National Trust Garden Committee. The National Trust now runs and maintains the grounds and gardens, which are open to the public. Christopher Lloyd was born in 1921 and became a prolific gardener, author and broadcaster. He was affectionately known as Christo and was born at Great Dixter, where he lived most of his life. The house was bought by his father in 1910, and the old manor was renovated and extended sympathetically by architect Edwin Lutyens. Lutyens was famous for his designs for the government buildings in colonial New Delhi. He is also known for British war memorials such as the Cenotaph in London and several First World War military cemeteries. This one featured here is Thiepval in France. Lutyens collaborated with garden designer Gertrude Jekyll on projects such as the renovation of Lindisfarne Castle on Holy Island in northeast England. Christo's parents both loved gardening and passed this on to their son. They introduced him as a boy to Gertrude Jekyll, who taught him to appreciate mixed borders. In 1954, Lloyd set up a nursery specialising in unusual plants and opened the gardens to the public. He employed a team of gardeners, and his head gardener, Fergus Garrett, continues to look after the garden after Lloyd's death in 2006. The house and gardens are now run as a charitable trust and are open to the public. Christopher Lloyd's books are still popular and remain in print. And that's all for now.